美的放外面，ให้มันเห็นไม่สวยมั่งเห็นเดี๋ยวสวยๆหลงไหลตัวอย่างถ้ามีโซก็เอาโซมาตั้งเลย if there's a dead body I'll bring a dead body Okay, I will give the talk for tonight, Mandarin followed by English talk, right? Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Puttang Dhammang Sanghang Namasami. Oh. Put your hands down. Sit comfortably. Duduk senang. Oh. Ah, 今天呢是我们佛教呢的一个很殊胜的日子啊，巴利文叫做 Asalha Puja。那么华文呢，它就变成了法宝节哦。啊，它的来源是这样哦。第一先讲它的来源嘛哈。当我们的释迦牟尼佛呢成佛了之后啊。他就要去度2位修行者，可是他们已经往生了哦。他就想到呢，这5位还有5位呢，他的同修哦。那个时候还没有出家人呢，要明白啊、哦，那个时候的佛教呢，佛陀呢证悟了菩提道之后呢，还没有向邪诉说这佛法，所以他就呢去度这5位修行者啊。那么也是佛陀呢在当天这一天里面呢发生呢很殊胜的这些我们叫做状况或者呢事情发生，就是佛陀呢第一次诉说佛法，第一次啊。第二呢，他诉说的佛法也是我们所谓的转法轮经哦。那么第3个呢，也是呢那个有一个那个修行者叫做安南昆坦雅哦，他听了佛陀的这个转法轮经了之后呢，得了这个法眼，而祈求出家。这一天呢，也是我们佛教里面呢圆满3宝，就是佛宝、法宝跟僧宝。阿难昆坦亚呢是佛陀第一位亲自呢为他出家的来巴比丘耶希毗库乌巴桑巴达哦。所以当时的情况哦的述说呢，经典的述说是这些天神很随喜，所以这些波啊袈裟就从天上呢训下来了，供下来啊。那么我们回来这个所谓的法宝节，它的象征呢，佛陀所讲的这个所谓的转法轮经，也是我们每个人都明白的四圣谛哦。苦寂灭道啊，苦寂灭道，苦的根源。为什么你会苦？什么造成你苦？就是苦的根源。那么止苦、灭苦，但灭苦的道路或者灭苦的学习的这个方法， 就是我们所谓的这个八正道，或者呢戒定慧。好，现在我们回来看我们自己的身体吧。其实佛陀的悟道的这个法也不是什么特别的东西，特别是因为没有人知道这个苦是从哪里来的。只有佛陀呢寻找到这个灭苦的道路，由这个八正道来灭它。看哪里呢？看你自己的身体，看你自己的心。就好像现在我们打坐这样，现在坐在这边我们有这个身体，对不对？我们就以这个心来观这个身体。为什么呢？因为你这个身体这个臭皮裤你看我们人生所不能够否认的第一个苦的根源，你为什么会苦？生老病死苦，爱别离苦，求不得苦，冤憎会苦，五蕴是苦。这个身体跟这个心是苦。那么通常的人我们是不明白嘛，对不对？所以我们人呢往往呢会碰到挫折或者失败、失落、失望的时候呢，才会回来反省自己。我的人生为什么这样惨的？我的人生为什么这样苦的？我们才会寻找这个灭苦的道路。而往往我们只是暂时性的因为我们的苦是什么？没有钱没有屋子没饭吃没工作做，这样而已。那么有了这个工作，我们就以为没有苦，可是这个心还在烦很多东西。外面的东西你可以呢我们叫做顶一下，或者呢忍一下都不用紧。可这个内心的苦有这个很苦的身体的苦，就好像那些病人举一个例子病人最多他医不好，他病死，没有身体吗？身体死掉就没苦了吗？没有这个身体上的苦。可是还有存在的苦是什么？这个心执着，这个心呢执着自己的那些，这个不要给他死执着里面的贪嗔痴就执着，你的心执着自己的念头这个很苦的。所以很多人呢会轮回在这个生老病死中的这个轮回中呢，在这个我们所谓的轮回里面生老病死轮回，我们叫做瓦达，这个生老病死的瓦达生老病死苦，生老病死苦如果你想到佛陀曾经有形容过我们所流的眼泪讲流的眼泪好像这个海洋这样多我们的骨头堆起来像喜马拉雅山这样多，看到吗？所以为什么我们人呢？我们人还很任性虽然我们讲我们是佛教徒，佛陀讲这个是苦我们就是咩？不是啦你看我们就是很任性这个不要做，不用紧了，做一点点，这个就是我们的问题我们的问题。那么为什么你有这个问题？因为你的心呢没有正念，没有听说过没有去修，没有去呢戒减自己的行为，身口意的行为没有修什么？没有修呢你的行为。比如人家鼓励你某某人我们去做布施做一些善事你就一种邪见了，要骗我的钱以为我很笨咩？要跟你去这样傻的 给人家做什么，自己用就好，都不够用还给人啊，他们会这种邪见的哦。所以你看呢，这个是所谓的只是一个例子而已哦。就比如你觉得他这个人哦，他很痛苦，你要鼓励他去守戒律啊，去听闻佛法啊，去学打坐啊这些东西，可是因缘不具足。为什么叫因缘不具足？因为他的心啊还不能够接受。所以我们叫做要讲缘分，你要去听闻佛法，你必须要有那个缘分。你没有那个缘分的话呢，你听不进的。就比如有什么大师父的来临啊，你也不会呢有什么兴趣的，或者要去听啊，去怎么，你根本都没有兴趣。为什么呢？因为你还沉迷在你自己的贪嗔痴，沉迷在自己的对这个遗忘的这个感受里面。所以我们人就是很苦咯，找不到那个出路。明明知道是苦，可是呢这个心呢就是不甘愿，不要去接受这个事实，所以就是这样了，一直下去一直下去。那么至于那些人，像那些有心要学习的人，他们会很努力呢去寻找什么知识去呢接触，或者去呢教那些呢有善知识的人那些有修行有道德的有修养的人不管是在家或是出家众都好，有修养有戒律不乱来的那些去他们学习因为这些人呢，他们的心有什么？有心法。这些人的修行呢，他们已经看透了人生，他明白到呢，人生真的是生不带来死不带去这个臭皮裤我们的这个身体它只是暂时而已，他没有跟你签合同，讲某某人头发不会给你白，头发不给你掉，你看掉到乱指甲修了又长，修了又长，你看牙齿等一下这边痛那边痛看到没有皮肤拉，等一下又皱了，你又苦了你看这个身体，看自己的身体，不去看别人。我们人就是很执着身体，不明白人的身体呢，它会生老病死的。还不用紧，我们最执着的就是我的老婆，我的儿子，我的这个我的那个，就是因为我们没有接触佛法，不认识这个大自然，所以我们一直呢以为是我们的，很执着。你越爱你就越苦你越爱那个爱一翻过来越恨。你越爱一个人越恨一个人有没有看到那些人呢，把他的心机投入到完了，去爱护一个人，那个人诽谤他，恨死你恨到入骨，就是这样了你看这个苦吗？很苦吗？你看这个感情的东西求不得苦了。你看爱别离苦，我们的家里的人死掉离开我们，或者病倒医不好，很苦不是你烦了，每天都在烦怎么帮他所以你看最要紧的，我们医疗上面去帮他还不够，要跟他呢诉说大自然法，就是佛法，劝这个人把这个心给他平静下来，劝这些人把他的心呢学习呢看破这个世间的东西，带不去的那么这些病的人呢，你看呢很少会能够接受。所以我们呢学习什么东西要趁早，趁我们很年轻年轻还很强壮我们的这些所谓的身体呢还很健全， 还有那个时间，就拿一点时间去学这些东西。你学会了，对你的人这一生这一世啊，是一个对你呢有很好很大的帮助，你就不会迷失在这个人生。迷失呢，我们活在这个世界上啊，看到人家有，我们也想要有，可是我们很脚踏实地，不用紧的，慢慢来。你看这些苦，每次你看佛陀的教导指在哪里？身、受、想、行、识五蕴，我们叫做 The Five Kandas。 他没有煮出去外面的东西的，他叫你看这个五蕴，看身体，看身体的无常苦无我啊。看完了之后，看这个感受，有时你感受怎么样？感受痛，每次痛的吗？不，换脚就不痛了啊。每次酸的吗？不。每次发烧吗？不啊。有没有一个一定的东西永恒的吗？没有，一直在转变。你看身体也是在转变啊，感受也是在转变啊。我们的想啊，你看我们的等一下想这个，等一下你看我们的心啊，等一下想这个，能够想那个，想这个，整天在那边呢斗牛角尖，想来想去，想来想去啊，对不对啊？你看呢，auto 的你不用，很自动的自己跑出来的啊。那么你就被影响到了，你这个心啊就被这个情绪啊影响到了啊。你看你的心情啊变化转变很快，想到好的自己会笑，想到不好的脸臭臭，看到吗？啊，就是要看这些东西，看它的无常。如果你是执着它，你就会很苦。你看透它，你就是这样的啦，是这样的啊，你自己会明白。慢慢看下去，好像看戏一样。可是我们不是看外面的人，看外面的人可以吗？可以。看外面的人，看外面的美女都好，看美女，这个美女哇很美嘞，这个美女美咩？你要马上看，这蛮美，美啊，她会老吗？会哦。如果病的时候怎么办？哎呦，隔离得要命啊！如果烂到一边呢？车祸啊，眼睛不见到，耳朵不见到，还会美吗？不会美的，不会美啊！你看这个心马上就醒起来了啊！你看啊，想的东西也是这样啊。看外面的身体感受，看到东西内心里面产生那些感受，我也要嘞。比如好吃的东西看到哇流口水啊，眼睛看到东西很美，我也要耳朵听到的歌，什么歌什么歌啊，你要 download 看到吗？鼻子闻到的东西哇很香耶，哪里买什么牌子？你看这个心不跑出去了看到吗？这个心知道的心，你看一直在吸收这些所谓的我们叫做五蕴所制造的这些反应的感受你的心自己去吸收了，而且你又相信这些是真的哇这个是真的，我很喜欢你就来了，你的苦就跑进来了。可是无可奈何你又是个活生生的人，对不对？如果你会讲，师父讲话很矛盾，叫我们是活人呢，你不要，对，你是活人，所以你必须要怎样？要有戒律嘛，对不对？你可以有老婆不是不可以可以，可是在这个范围里面五戒：不杀生，不偷盗，不邪淫，不妄语，不饮酒，跟这个药物导致你神智上的昏迷。你看有的东西你要做，你看到在你的范围里面，或者五戒里面没有讲，可是你的良心过意不去，你的良心过意不去，你就不要去做。因为最好的就是你的良心，你的良心就是佛法指定这颗心，苦是由这个心起来的，你的贪嗔痴也是由这个心起来的。现在我们看不清楚，因为我们模糊掉内心的念头太多，所以不知道从哪里下手。所以当我们 静坐，听闻佛法呢，再来静坐，要有正念。萨蒂，正念在哪里？正念在我们的身体。正念呢，观身体，观头发、身体上的毛、指甲、牙齿、皮啊，这样观身体啊，观呼吸，呼吸进，呼吸出，呼吸进，看这个呼吸，不要放弃掉你的呼吸，把你的专注力放在这个呼吸，享受一下你自己的呼吸。你们已经呢被你的这个念头啊大到你们在外面啊团团转了，没有回家，回来吧。你的呼吸啊在你的前面啊，你都没有去注意它，你去注意的是这些念头，而且这些念头所带给你的是一切的苦闷，一切的什么失望，一切的紧张，一切的这些所谓的不应该的。可是我们人就是因为我们呢内心的贪嗔痴的这个主宰啊推动力啊，导致我们呢一直在捉起这些外面的东西。所以我们很幸运。为什么幸运？我们呢能够呢听闻到佛法，听闻到佛法呢这个八正道啊，是圣地八正道啊，还有的就是我们的四念处。这个四念处啊，观身体，观感受，观心观法。你看其实这个身跟心就是这个四念处来的，只是它被系列为呢它的主题，身体要讲去观，感受要讲去观心要讲观，法要讲观，其实是身心而已。你讲观呢，它只是文字，可是你真正的心呢能够专注在这个身体，你是对的，没有错的。那些讲你错的人，他是卡在文章上的那种文字，不要去管他们。只要你修到呢，你明白，你的心能够不执着，能够放，越心越修越开心越思维越开心，越思维越明白，心里越轻松，慢慢放，越来轻松。从一个贪很重的人变成不贪了，慢慢的贪减轻啊！你对了，恭喜你，你做对了。憎恨心很强的人，慢慢的憎恨心减轻，因为你会思维，你会看到，为什么我的心一直骂人？你会修到一个程度，你会自己问自己，你骂人好吗？不要啦，不要骂人啦，很苦的嘞。你骂人，人家骂你都不喜欢，对不对？对，不要骂了。你看，你给自己内心有一个交代，你明白，其实这个是个起心动念。如果你不去呢，跟着这个起心动念去做的话，它其实是个念头来的。那么你会发现到，这个念头啊，你有正念，就看到念头是念头，心是心。如果心呢不跟这个念头去做，就没有问题吗？对了，你的心放了。身体也是一样，看到吗？这个身体我们就是看这身体，对身体它一定会生老，一定会病，会死的嘛。是咯，你看里面的心里面呢有自问自答的答案呢，那你还执着什么？对了，我还执着什么？也不可以，我还很多责任呢，很多东西要做不用紧，你去做，不是叫你放，不是这样容易放的可是这个初步上的这种看透明白很重要，因为它是这个基础。慢慢的从这个很初的目标，慢慢的你转进来，转到你的感受，你打坐那个痛你忍了，忍了可以，痛也是没有在了那么你看当这个痛忍过的时候，不痛的时候，哇，心就很高兴一痛的时候心呱里呱叫，你看痛就没有叫你看，可是无可奈何身体是身体，感受是感受 心是心啊，法是法，谁去执着？你的心去执着，所以你才会苦。所以为什么我们鼓励人家做久久不要换脚，去看它，看透它，慢慢的去磨它，不要怕苦。我们人要认识苦，就不要怕苦。就好像我们在做工，我们知道这个工作我们要表现好的成绩，我们才会有得到我们的效劳被升职或者好的报效，我们知道会有的同样的，如果我们真正的去做，我们知道会有它的成绩的。为什么？因为你看到了，你已经明白，初步上的明白，可是这个明白呢，还不是真正的入到你的心里面，潜意识里面。你要看到，一直每天看自己的身体，看自己的内心的起心动念，不可以放掉你的，我们叫做 anchor point， 你的 point of focus， 就是你的专注点，很重要。如果你是扑陀，你一定要扑陀在那边，扑陀。可是当你思维的时候，你就不用扑陀了。如果呼吸，你也要看呼吸。你看，你在关着这个呼吸，同样的，你的心还是可以想东西的，很清楚的，你还是可以考虑东西。你还会看到，你考虑东西会导致你紧张是怎么样的，你的心里面呢所产生的这些效果，我们叫做情绪上的变化是怎么样的，兴奋、处分、愤怒、贪要、妒忌你看它反射在这个内心里面的所以你看这个，你一看这个五蕴呢，你看这个身受想行识，去思维它，去看它，你也是在修这个所谓的我们叫做四念处，没有错。错的人他是卡，因为全部都是一个假设法，一个名称，连这个名称你到了这个心的时候没有名称的，他放就是放的，什么都没有，还有什么名称？你的心清到完，这里清，哪里清？心里面清。苦灭在哪里？在这个内心。不要去灭别人不要去灭外面的东西，灭不了的。你不可以改变这个世界，你可以改变你自己。这个很重要。所以今天是法宝，法的宝真的是宝吗？真的。你看那些修行者，每个都有这个，都很同意这个说法。我很幸运我说起我很幸运，因为我有潜意识所累积的这些福报，我们才能够接触到我们佛陀的佛法为什么叫我们的佛陀？不是别人佛，因为佛陀，所以三宝是佛宝、法宝、僧宝处世在这个世界是天跟人的福报好福报尤其是人类。为什么叫人类的好福报？因为只有人类才能够领悟到苦，才能够感受到苦才能够看到内心的苦是怎么样。如果你处世作为天人的话，你看不到苦，因为太过享受，太过乐了，太过有那种太好命所以看不到苦。可是也不可以讲他们在上面不可以修，也是有修的天上的也是有修的，他们也是有那种有神通的出家人可以化身上去教他们，有所以我们讲人的东西，好像我们人，我们修我们自己咯修不到这样高的，修我们自己，负责自己的身口意，就是在你的戒律的方面去努力不要放逸，不要讲这样难的，没有东西 没有一样东西是容易的，因为我们人的贪嗔痴的这个所谓的习气啊，这个任性啊，太过的厚啊，我们生老病死轮回的这个转世里面呢，不是说几万次哦，你以为一次要给他过啊？除非你有很好的波罗蜜咯，前一次修的哦，就很快，也不可以否认的。有的人他们修行小沙弥2天哦，他关了噗，他就有神通了，很厉害的。你可以轻视沙弥哪里有都乱讲话的，你不要轻视了。有的在家人打坐有前一世的福报，噗，观呼吸关进去里面身体看得很清楚内脏五脏六腑看得哭不是我的，不看他呢，这个法眼开了，他就会很静，他知道的。他的坏习惯不用叫他改，自己改的auto的，自动的。曾经有做的东西放到完你看，所以为什么要鼓励人家打坐，就是这样咯。因为我们念经念而已嘛，对不对？读闻佛法读而已嘛，文字上的认识，记忆上的而已。可是你的心里面还不到，还不进到你的心里面。讲真的，够吗？还不够，一定要静坐。那么听经静坐，自己思维看，也是可以听经不是不可以，可以听经。现在的人很幸运你看有 YouTube 这些法师大长老留下来这个法宝我们还可以开来听可是人又不听，我很懒惰他们去听别的东西。你知道听什么了？我不用讲了，心里明白，肚子里明白所以就学不到了就修不到了可是每次有什么法师来激发起，哇，冲不到1个礼拜又冷背了，又没有力了这个就是我们人的弱点你做什么东西都好，要每天的做，每天变成一个习惯，习惯成自然。我每次都讲，我们头一次做东西，他一定跟你唱反调的，很难的。这个心很跟你挣扎，不要，可是你要顶住它，安慰自己，这个对你很好的当这个心呢静下来了，这些杂念不来骚扰你的时候你会看到真的是很好嘞现在你自己本身呢领悟到真的很好嘞，我要再继续看一下，再修你看你慢慢做，以你自己的程度去慢慢修，慢慢看慢慢的去累积你的善业，累积你的波罗蜜那么你才不会辜负到你自己。不然的话有一天你病倒的时候，你才来后悔，哎呀我应该做这个，哎呀我应该做那个，哎呀这个，哎呀那个，不要哎呀你都明知道的明知道的，不是讲不知道你看我们人就是很虚伪， hypocrite 就是这样hypocrisy 很虚伪明知道可是任性。为什么？因为我们的贪嗔痴很重，所以我们就这样所以记得师父不是骂你们是鼓励你们给你们一些 tips 这个是真的东西佛陀呢你看要做49天呢，哇，你看佛陀的牺牲我们都不用牺牲了，佛陀找出那条呢脱离苦海的道路你只是跟着他的教法去走而已你们都不要走那么谁能够帮我们？自己都不要，自己都不要帮自己谁能够帮你？对不对好，今天的这个法宝节的这个 佛法的分享就到此为止啊。现在我用英文的，不然那些 English speaking 的会讲，哎呦，师父啊，偏心的讲华语的，我们这个English helicopter 的听不懂嘞。English speaking 的 we don't understand อาจารย์ Okay, I'm going to give talk in English now. Now today is Asalha Puja day, and today, like I said this morning, it remark a very auspicious day for us Buddhists. Because why? This is the day where the Buddha gave his first sermon. This is first thing. Second thing, this is the day where he expounded the sermon called Dhamma Cakka Pavattana Sutta, or turning the wheel of the Dhamma. All right? And this is the day where one of his followers named Anandkonanya, this ascetic, last time no bhikkhu, no monk, only ascetic or Risi, right? Anandkonanya is the first one, after listening to the Buddha preaching of the fourth noble truth, suffering, cause of suffering, right? And end of suffering, and the path of how to end this suffering, what we call the Noble Eightfold Path, right? And after Anandkonanya listened to this Dhamma, he gained the eyes of the Dhamma. He requested the Buddha that, I want to ordain as a monk, as a bhikkhu. And this is a day where the Buddha gave his first ordinations called Ehi Bhikkhu, come Bhikkhu, first Bhikkhu. And this is a day where the triple gem is born. That means the Buddha, the gems, the Buddha, the first gem, that is our Lord Buddha. The second gem, that is the Dhamma, that the Buddha get enlightened. And the third one is the Arya Sangha. This is the day where the triple gem was born or established in this world, and it benefits both human beings and divine beings, right? And this is the day. That's why we Buddhists around the world were gathered to recollect the Dhamma of the Buddha. We practice what? We practice dana, generosity this morning, offering of these candlelights and all sorts of requisites, so that the monk can live comfortably without anything lacking, so they can concentrate on their practicing in pursuing the practice of meditations and Dhamma study, right? And observing of the precept, like most of the people here, they come to observe the 8 precept and to cultivate their mind, right? Now we come to cultivate the mind. Why we need to cultivate this mind? Because we know when the Buddha say the fourth noble truth, the first truth is what? Dukkha, sufferings. Okay? Why you suffered? Right? There's another explanation or translation called stress. Right? This modern mind state. Now, what causes you to suffer? Birth, aging, illness, death. Now you say, we suffer? No, I don't see their suffering. Yes. You suffer when you get born. Because you see, when a person is born, is it nice? You can ask those mothers that give birth to to a kids is not nice, very painful. They suffered, right? And when the baby is born, why he cry? Why he never laugh? See, these are the nature. And in the process of growing up, right? Birth, aging, illness, and death. The number fifth one. Someone that you love leave you. Someone that you like, you respect, pass away or die. Our parents, our relative, our husband, our wife, and so forth. They left us. Even though they don't die, they left us. And how do you feel? You feel very happy when people leave you? Someone that you love, you feel sad. That's why we say, we suffered. And that's impact, this mental pain that you are harboring within your mind. Can you deny that you don't suffer? Or you say, I'm very happy? You cannot deny. This is true, right? And the kind of lawsuit you got to carry on, the kind of mental torture, can't sleep, got to think of it. For what? You see? So you see, human beings are like that. They don't know all these are the cause of suffering because of birth. And what causes this? Because of greed, hatred, delusions, right? This is someone that you love left you, right? Second one, something you want, you don't get it. Something you want to have this, you want to have that, you can't acquire what you want. Very happy? No one will be happy. Get frustrated, suffer again, right? Very stressful. Now what channel, what is the power? What is the energy behind that channel this thing? Greed, hatred, delusions, again, right? When you get angry with someone, right? Get angry with someone. You hate someone or you dislike someone. How does a feeling like inside your mind? Your mind state, your emotion, how does it? You feel very happy? No, you get frustrated. Yeah? Why? Is it stressful or is it very nice? But we try to deny. We always try to deny this greed, hatred, delusion, this ego, this kind of wrong view. Attachment to view, attachment to I. Deny this thing. And you suffered all the while because of our own stupidity. Nobody else. Because we latch on to this thing. And we suffered. And the last thing, the 5 Kandas, the Buddha says, is suffering. What are the 5 Kandas? The 5 Kandas consist of your body, your feeling, bodily feeling and mentally feeling, right? Your perceptions or memory, you can remember things, right? And this, we call it Sankhara, the mind that can analyze, can think. And the last one is called consciousness, the mind that when memory stop, you don't think, you just have this awareness only. We call it, this is the mind, the conscious mind. Right. So to conclude, the 5 Kandas consist of body and mind. Right. So why we suffered? Why we get so stressful? Why we get so? Because of unknown. We call it avijja, unknown. Never hear say unknown. We only born into this society. We never hear say about this teaching of the Buddha, right? That to tell us to do good, avoid evil. So because of this unknown, we are influenced by our greed and our ego, our pride. So we want something, we go all the way out to get the thing. And thus, we committed a lot of unnecessary, what we call it, unskillful actions. And that resulted us to suffer ourselves. Because why? Everything got a repercussion, a hit back. There's a saying, what you do is what you get. It's very fair. If you're kind to people, you're fair to people, you respect people, you will gain the kindness from people, you gain the respect from people, and people will like you. Right? So it's very clear-cut. But if we want to get out of this suffering, or the way, how? Right? There's a course of training. That's why the Buddha said you need to observe the precept. You got to observe the precept, because the precept will help you to shape, to reframe your unskillful actions. For example, no killing, no stealing, no sexual misconduct, or no sex, especially the 8 precepts, no sex at all. But 5 precepts, you can have wife, you can have girlfriend, right? And the 4th one, no telling lies, no talking of spiritual that is not true, deviated from the truth, twist and turn, right? You see, these will have the repercussion of what we call that mistrust. The credibility of a person will be lost. Because why? People don't trust because of the mouth. And there'll be a lot of things that will come along if we don't make a change in what we already going through. Right? And if we got to grab hold because of this stubbornness in ourselves, the greed, hatred, delusion is fueling, this greed always fuel. That's why there's no demon outside like the demon within us, the devil within us, the greed, hatred, delusions, the pride, they fuel this thing, and we can't get go. We hold so tight. Who suffered? We suffered, and we don't know why we suffered. Then we start to blame the whole world why we suffered. No, because we are not informed. We never hear say. So you see, the Buddha's teaching, we talk about the Kandas, right? This feeling, this memory, this thought that you can do, and this mind state. You see, you got to be very, very careful when you're dealing with yourself in handling a lot of affairs of the world. You see, a lot of people, they can't handle and they get themselves burned. A lot of people, they try to do good, but in the end, they get themselves burned. Then they say, I do good or I don't get good. But you've got to look inside why we do good, we don't get good. Right? Same thing. Why these people do good? Why these people, wow. A lot of people look upon him, go to him for advice. Wow. Why? Because he speaks the truth. He only speaks the truth. He don't tell lie. He only practice loving kindness. He give, he help generously without taking. No, he only give. These are the people, you see, just like a maniac. The Buddha say, because of the goodness of your actions, the smell of your goodness, actions speak louder than word. It flows against the wind. Your name will be hearsay around the world because of the goodness, right? Likewise, if there's an unskillful thing, likewise, the name of the sting name also float around. People will know, you see. So we must decide for ourselves. We cannot blame other people. That's why the Buddha said, you are the own owner of your own action. Heir to your action, born of your action, related through your action, and live dependent on your actions. You see? It's very fair. You see, when they talk about karma, that's why the Buddha's teaching is for us human beings. You see? A path, a way, a light. It's not a candlelight, it's a spotlight. Very strong light. The light of wisdom, the light of concentration, the light of goodness to shine the way out from our own suffering. But we are stubborn, we don't follow. We don't follow. And then a lot of people are like that. A lot in this world. I witness a lot. And in the end, when the time of their death, they only remorse. I should have do this, I have should that. This and that. As though you don't know. You know from start. Now who to blame now? That's why. Don't be ignorant. Don't be negligent. No one is to be blamed. The Buddha teaches us to be self-responsible for our own action. The Buddha never tells us to push our own responsibility to other people. No. The Buddha said, you're responsible for what you have done. It's very fair. You see? So that's why in Buddhism, right, we talk about how to solve this suffering within this body and the mind. Body is very easy, right? You are sick, go to a doctor. You got sprained back, go to a physio, bone setting, right? Hospital, they can fix your body, no problem, right? And if they can't fix it, sorry, time's up, you got to go. And we call it death. Sick until he die. Yeah, normal, right? This is very, very simple thing. The body, once it's gone, you got no more suffering of the body. But, your mind state, right? The mind state is what? It's just the body and the shadow. The shadow still follows you. What you have done will follow you. What follow you? Your thinking, your thoughts. This mind that can remember things will follow you. It follows you. You see? That's why you can be, when you don't have a body to refer to, for example, in the dream, you will always speak the truth. Inside the dream, it's very true. You cannot deny everything. When the contact comes, pop, you don't have to think best because there's no thinking involved. It's just the truth. You're speaking something out from the mind. Did you do it or I do it? Why you do it? I do see? Why you do it? You see? And it's very, very simple, very, very, what is it? How to say it? Very true, Sometimes, for example, certain people, they dream, they have bad dreams. Then they have this body, they refer back. When they wake up, it's a bad dream. Never mind, it's such a bad dream. Right? Okay. Then sometimes you got good dream. Wow, is that your dream? So happy, Like you're in heaven. Wow. You're visiting this heaven, that heaven. You're visiting your good friends that passed away long ago. He come and talk to you. And tell you, hey, I'm very, thanks for your transfer of merit. I'm very well to do now. Thank you very much. And you're so happy, longing to see him until you wake up and say, it's a dream. But what happened? Your mind state that you are dwelling at that moment, and you don't have a body to refer back. So you got the answer, whether there's a heaven and hell, there is. It's the mind. It's the mind. And that is the analogy that we can put in. Right? Of course, we don't find pleasure in the dream. You see, the Buddha never tells us to find pleasure or to find truth in the dream. The Buddha tells us to be awake, be mindful, sati, mindfulness. Mindfulness of what? Mindfulness of your body. The 4 foundations of mindfulness. Your body, right? Feelings, mind, jit, and Dhamma. To conclude, all these things is either you talk about the 5 Kandas, the 4 foundations of mindfulness, you see, or the 7 Bojjhanga, Noble Eightfold Path. Whatever thing you name is body and mind, right? Is how skillful are you being able to adapt to train yourself. And this is very important. A lot of people, they quarrel over, terminology, you right and wrong. Don't quarrel. You don't worry. For those people that don't study so much, it's okay. You just meditate. I always tell people that how can you differentiate that you are practicing correctly in line with the Buddha's teaching? So long you don't break your precept. You see? No killing, no stealing, no sexual misconduct, no telling lies or abusive speech, or divisive speech that cause people to break up. No alcohol. And when you practice in your daily life, you lead your life, daily life, the way you conduct yourself. As you conduct yourself in your daily life, your mind will also think. When you get in contact with events that related to you, you must make decisions. And you must make the right decision. You mustn't make the wrong decisions. And that going to have the effect on you. So are you not practicing four foundation of mindfulness? You are. You see, you know what you are doing. You are very mindful of what you are doing. But this kind of mindfulness is very, very common, right? You must have the precept. A lot of people talk about mindfulness, but they never emphasize on precept. You see, it ended up that mindfulness, don't tell me you're having sex, you don't know you're having sex. It's stupid, right? A lot of people say, I know. Of course you know, you don't know, then you are crazy, man. Right? That you want to steal something. Don't tell me you don't know. You already have the intentions of you want to take other people's things, stealing. You already have the intention, ulterior motive behind, want to steal. And then when you are caught, you say, I never steal. You are not mindful. If you are mindful, you're very, you're all rounded. When you're mindful, you do something, you can see the repercussions. You always think of, you look at many angles. How this thing going to whack back at you? And how are you going to, prevent misunderstanding from occurring or prevent people from thinking? So it's by reframing from doing all this wrong thing. You see? You take two hands to clap. If you one hand cannot clap. This is the law of nature. One hand cannot clap. There's no sound. When you want to have sound, you must have something else. Plus, minus, then you can have electricity, right? Same thing in life. And the suffering that we do, then we say that these people are that people. No. You are doing it because you suffer yourself. Right? For example, we are watching this body. Take for example, when you sit and meditate, right? Now you are meditating. Right? And you are aware of the whole body as a whole. You're sitting now. Then the feeling of discomfort start to arise. Right? When it start to arise, what thing knows? Your awareness knows or your mind knows. Mind knows. And then the mind will start to either look at it, contemplate it, or reject it, or say, I can't stand anymore. Because why? The feeling, the inner feelings has already went in, poop. Now who feel it? Who feel it? So it's why we call it this Dhamma, this law of nature. Kai, Vedana, Chitta, Dhamma. These four things, it works hand in hand. You see? It comes out like that. So we have this kind of understanding, it's Dhamma. You see, last time when we practice, we don't have a clear understanding. We always refer to book. What is Dhamma? What is Chitta? What is this? What is that? And the worst still is we go and discuss with all these people who read books who don't practice. You're practicing wrongly. Must like that, must like that. In the end, all are wrong. In the end, you know that I better don't talk. We better don't tell. We don't talk so much because why? People are always fault-finding with words and labeling. Yes, we cannot deny we need to have the right labeling, but the real practice doesn't involve speech. The real practice, the real realizations, you doesn't need to tell anyone. It's deep within yourself. It's just that we're taking food. We don't have to tell other people that, hey, I'm full already. Don't have to. When we take the food that we required, we have enough. We have enough. Right? We have enough. Because why? We are full. And this happiness that we take our food, this happiness, because why? It's glad. It kills the feeling of discomfort. And the mind feels nice. And you're in a good mood. You see how this changes. This realization of changes within yourself. You see, you cannot deny that when you are hungry, this discomfort really disturbs you. You cannot deny this is, okay, I'm hungry. I need to drink some hot drinks. I need to take something to fill the stomach so as to do away this uneasy feeling that's arising within me. I need to sit longer. I need to practice endurance to look at the pain. If you are practicing meditations, you're given this amount of hours to complete. You want to complete it because what? You want to practice satya, truth, that you can do it. When you make a vow, when you make a resolution, I'm going to do it, you do it. And that is the truth. And this is a form of goodness, a form of encouragement to enhance one's mind, your own mind, that person's mind. Because once you have achieved, you get the kind of encouragement that, I can do it, no? I can do that 1 hour. I'm going to try 1.5 or 2 hours. You see, it's just as a sportsman who can complete 5 kilometer run. And he feels very happy after the 5 kilometer because last time he used to complete in 2.4 and he almost dead. He can complete 5 and he's confident. His mind got the confidence, yes, I'm going to do it. I'm going to challenge myself. I'm going to do 10 click. Right? Likewise with meditations, right? But in meditation is how you're going to relinquish, let go of the defilement. You got to train yourself. And this is a form of training that you got to hands-on. When we talk about hands-on is bare hand combat, that means head-on. When you see something, pop, you got to be very mindful. Your presence of mind, sati, sampachanya got to be there to decide, to look at it and to understand why this thing like that, why. You must have this kind of understanding, be observant. Then you can see there's a way out. There's a way out. If you still get stuck, go and ask someone who experienced, right? Then you can find your way out. If not, you will be forever stuck. Forever stuck. And then when the person is stuck, he got no way out, right? And then you go and ask another person who also stuck. So the first, I also don't know. So everybody also don't know. So they refer back to the book. Then they say the book says, do this. But yet they don't perform. They don't do. That's why the living example is very, very important. People that can show the way, can explain and show you the way and do it, have been through there, then they describe. So when you pass through or that kind of mind state, then you say, okay, now you do this, now you do that. Then we can have the confidence, my greed is getting lesser. My hatred, I no more hate people anymore. I no more get angry with people because I don't know why I want to get angry with them, because if I die, I don't want to die with an angry mind. I don't want to die with a remorse mind. I don't want to die with a regret mind. I want to die happily. But have we already attained this happiness within ourselves? No. So you better attain it before you die. Because why? All these shortcomings that we have done in the past is a kind of what we call it residue. It's a kind of residue, something that left behind. It's something like what we call that radioactive stuff that left behind, and it's very destructive for you. Right? You better clear all these things, and when you have this right understanding about these 5 Kandas of yourself, you have this understanding your body that is anicca, not impermanent, sure die, sure get old, sure get sick, sure die. And this world, there's nothing that you can bring along. You can only bring along your goodness and unskillful thing that you have done with you, that's all. That's why we human beings, when we are born into this world, we are born with different facial, different outlook, different size, different color, even your hair, even you're Asian, but your hair different. Some people hair, wow, very black color, very nice, very shiny, good complexions, skin very beautiful, nice teeth, nice fingers, and the build is proportional. Some out of shape, some blind. Why? It's their karma because of the precept. And some are very smart, very clever, very brilliant. Why? Because they do meditations. They hold the precept and they do meditations. And they have the respect for the elders. They respect, they have the gratitude, they have the goodness, they have the kind of kindness, the kind of forgiving heart. They don't hold grudges. And this is what constitutes these people to be born, in a good state. You come back again. Right? So, you see, when you talk about birth, aging, illness, the noble, we talk about the 4th noble truth. We already covered the 1st noble truth, dukkha. The cause of suffering because of greed, hatred, delusions, and the path, the noble eightfold path. In short, is what? Your word, thought, and speech, or the precept that's going to control your speech, your actions, and the meditation aspect, mental developments. They're going to do away your defilement inside your mind, your greed, hatred, delusions, right? And all these things constitute to what? Body and mind. So the Buddha's teaching is always emphasizing back to this body and mind. Well, sometimes you can think about external thing a bit, but always in what? Impermanent. No self. You will only suffer if you attach to it. You see, certain people, they meditate, they got extraordinary knowledge. They can know a lot of things, you see. And if you don't have a proper teacher to coach you, you will get very arrogant, very disrespectful, very boastful. You see, you don't respect the elders, and this is what the Buddha said, destructive. Don't attach to something, give it up. It's always good. Just like Sariputra, the Buddha's disciple Sariputra, that profound, with wisdom. But he don't have psychic, not like Monkhalana, a lot of psychic. So Anuruddha, this Arahant, he got psychic. So it's very, very disrespectful. So the Buddha always reprimand this man, this kind of monk. Sometimes when you possess a psychic, you become boastful, become disrespectful. And this is something the Buddha don't encourage. No. Right? You see Tevadatta, Buddha's nephew, he got all the cyclic. He can transform from a man to a small boy. He can fly the sky. He can go and talk to Achasato, King Bimbisara's son, to influence him. See? And yet, now still inside the hell, Avicii hell. Because why? He hurt the Buddha. Devadatta. He hurt the Buddha. Second thing, he causes the Sangha to split. Sangha, the monk, to quarrel, to split. And he kills his father, his parents, and his mother. That's why the Buddha said, this Sankapet, this kind of action never do, is to deal with causing the split in the Sangha. You see? That means monopolizing one group of monks to quarrel within themselves. And they ended up, they break up. The Buddha said, no heaven, hell only, because it's very clear-cut. Or to make the Buddha blood, to hurt the Buddha, or attempting to kill or hurt the Buddha, the blood come out. Because at one time, he pushed the rock and the rock fell. It doesn't kill the Buddha, but the rock scratches the Buddha and blood come out. Because of that, and because he killed his father is King Bimbisara. Because of power crazy, he would take over the father's status as a king. You see, he imprisoned the father because the father is a Sotapanna, is an Arya. You see, and the father meditate, never mind. And then the mother came down, put honey on the body and let the husband take the honey. And when the son found out, got very, very angry, punished. In the end, because the father, how come still never die, no food? Because the father practicing meditation, he don't need food. He meditate. So his mind is always in a very composed state. So he need very minimum food. In the end, you know what he do, the son? He go and cut the father's feet, use the knife and cut, so that the father cannot walk. He tortured until he died. And because of this sin that he have done, because of the sin that he have instrumented and intentionally break up the monks who quarrel with themselves, go down to hell. So these are the 4 things. Remember, never do. Religions, especially in Buddhism, Buddhism is guided by all these holy beings. They are watching us. And we have all this. We are very lucky in our lineage. We have, in these traditions, the Thai traditions, 1,000 years, 1,000 over years, 2,000 years. Since King Ashoka sent his Dhammadutta monk, missionary monk, to Siam, at a state was called the Golden Mouth, Suvarnabhumi, to spread Buddhism, right? And we are very, very fortunate. Until today, we can preserve the teaching of the Buddha still intact. We still have the sutta, or so-called the 3 basket, 3 pitaka, the 3 basket of the Sutta Pitaka, Vinaya Pitaka, and Abhidhamma. Right, the 3 Pitaka still intact, and there are still monks who are still practicing, and they are missionary monks that come overseas to spread Buddhism. Like last time, Sri Lanka spread to Thailand, Thailand spread to Australia. Right, so we must treasure this treasure, because this leads us to heaven, to Nibbana, to end the suffering. So it has been recorded, it has been witnessed by the Deva, by all the cosmos force. You see, whatever intention we are doing, we must be careful. That's why I'm here to reinstate the statement again and again. Don't get the monk involved. Don't use religion as a tool for personal agenda. It will only lead one to hell, not to heaven. No, don't say that, wow, the monk never teach us. I dare to say, no monk say this thing, but I'm there to tell you, right? Because I come across a lot of center, they have this type of problem. In the end, I don't see any good ending for any party at all. Both party. And what causes the downfall of Buddhism? The Buddha say, who causes the downfall of Buddhism? It's not other people. It's our own people, our own lay people who don't listen, who don't practice, who don't support, but they themselves always live under their own ego and power crazy, wanting this and wanting that. They never respect the monk. And this is what causes religion to be deteriorate. Second thing, the monk not upholding the Dhamma Vinaya. This is what causes Buddhism. The Buddha said, not other people. If every individual perform their duty properly, have the due respect for the people in the robe, no problem. No problem. There won't be problem. There will be only prosperity and prosperity. It will flourish. You won't have any problem. The problem lies with each and individual defilements, the greed, the wanting, one for power, one for control, this and control. In the end, when you die, what for? When we die, become ghosts, become demon looking after. There's a lot of place. Let me tell you, I'm not threatening, I'm saying the real thing. There's this temple that I went, right? He's a monk. Okay, this monk. He like to play lottery, He like to play lottery. Because when my fifth Vasa, I remember, I went to this place, we call it Kamtaka in Udon Thani, right? And this old monk, he always tell lie. He always want me to dream at night. Hey, what you dream at night? I said, I never dream. Better dream. I said, why? So that you dream can become number. Then I can tell the people in the market. Then if they strike the lottery, we can have Pepsi Cola, we can go drink. Wow! I feel so disgusted. A monk telling me to tell lie. So I keep quiet. Never mind. You know what happened? After a few years, I found out that he passed away. And he became a ghost inside this temple. Long hair, with a torn jiwon. So my friend was a nephew of him. He went back. He also not happy with the nephew for staying inside his room. Because my friend is the nephew, thought never mind stay inside his room. At night he come, he scold my friend, hey, my room, who asked you to come and stay here? Then my friend look at him, huh? Long Ta, you already dead though. How come you become lay people with long hair with this broken, torn jiwon? Then he feels shy, he hide one corner. And then my friend kind of tell me, hey, the long time remember? I say, yeah. What happened? He become a ghost there, this is one incident. Another second incident, Long Pu Wee, he meditated. And this monk, before he ordained, he married. He married. And then the wife passed away, he got married. He ordained as a monk, sorry. He ordained as a monk. Right? And he pitied the daughter because she need a livelihood. So he knew in front of the temple got 2 pieces of land want to sell. So he used the temple money that people donated to buy these 2 pieces of land and give to his own daughter. Upon his death, he became a ghost. At night, he will cry, very heavy, very heavy. Long Pu Wee went to meditate. How come one monk crying heavy, heavy? So he focused, he's focused. When monk can perceive, they focus and see what happened. How come this monk carrying 2 pieces of paddy field on his back? And he asked, what happened? He said, I use the Sangha fund, the temple money to buy this for my daughter. Now, get stuck here. See? And Long Pu next morning go for alms round. He told the villager, this 2 pieces of land belongs to who? Then they refer back to this lady. And he asked this lady, he said, this belongs to you? Yeah, belongs to me. Okay. But he not there to tell that I dream of your father. He just hint, how you get this land? Then the lady was quite shy because she know. My father gave it as my wedding present. Or is it? Whose money does it? I don't know. They said, okay, I tell you what now. Your father has become a ghost for abusing, misuse the fund that belongs to the temple to buy this 2 pieces of land. Now, you have problem now. Why? Because your father is a ghost. Holding these 2 pieces is heavy. So of course the daughter said, what can I help? Okay, you got to pay back. So he said, I don't have the money. Now the land is so expensive. How to get so much money? He said, well, you go and talk to the monk, get 4 monks, and you give a token and ask forgiveness from the member of the Sangha, and you do it for her dad. And she do it. Because of that, Long Pu Wee meditate again. No more. Go and reborn already. See? Even monk also no excuse. You think so monk with rope can prevent. Don't talk about lay people. Worse. Lay people is always with what? Kamaraka, with all this greed for feeling, greed for food, for eyesight contact, nice sight, nice smell, nice taste. One day take a few meals, listen to music, enjoyment. You see, indulgent in sensual pleasure. You see, and that's why because of that, it increases your what? Your greed, your hatred, your delusion. The mind gets diluted. You can't differentiate. Because how to differentiate when you are blur, spinning round the clock, and always this 3 poison keep pushing you. You see, and you cannot pull out because you want to pull out. You feel shy. You feel you hold on, and this is what happened. A lot of people in Singapore also the same thing. In Singapore, I stay in this temple, and one day I meditate. I saw this old lady, only 1 eye, Human being must have 2 eyes, right? Only 1 eye on the center here. Peep at me, I got a shock. What kind of beings, though? But I can remember her face. I got so shocked. How come like that? Because the abbot raised fund and then they buy the land. Then this lady named inside, she refused. Until a lot of things involved. Quarrel. And then when she died, like that. Pitiful, All her life, she do all this goodness. But because of the stupidity, one stupid move only, become like that. Until now, if you can meditate, you come, I tell you where you go and sit. And the monk also, same thing. Naked. Every night come out naked, cry. I say, how come naked monk? How come no G1? I look at him. Then quickly tell the committee member, hey, you better do something, no. He said, why? Wow, this monk naked, no. Must have G1, but God say nothing. Is it, Ajahn? He died 15 years ago. You look at the sutta, the Buddha said, 2 Buddha, 3 Buddha still cannot reborn because of one stupid mistake. This thing happened when the Buddha Kassapa error. Kassapa, พระพุทธเจ้า Kassapa. That time, King Bimpisara, at that Kassapa time, also king, but different name. He want to do a Mahasankika Dana. He want to feed 5,000 monks. So many monks, he cannot concentrate, so he spread out. Maybe one village take 50 monks, 100 monks, you know. So there's this village of people under his care. You know, they got wrong view. You know, they don't like monks. They say, give to the monk, we eat better. So they purposely burn away the canteen, the place that built for the monk to come and have the food. So they can have an excuse to tell their boss that, oh, the canteen is burned, not say we don't want to cook. And so that they can have the food. Because of that stupid act, right? First Buddha, they become Peta, Pret. First lifetime. Every time there's a Buddha born, he went, please help me. The Buddha cannot, you got to wait. Since Kassapa Buddha, second Buddha, third Buddha, until Gautama Buddha. Our Buddha, Gautama time. This time, King Bimpisara was the king. So King Bimpisara said because of his inborn nature, you know, a person who have done goodness all his life. So he performed dana and listened to the Buddha's teaching every day, very happy. Then he go back to his palace. So that one day, he went back afternoon, want to go back and take a nap. He hear ghost sound, ghost cry, screaming sound. He got scared, very eerie, very scared. He went back to see the Buddha and tell the Buddha about what happened this afternoon. The Buddha smiled. He said, what happened, Buddha? Because Buddha got psychic, he can foresee, he can tell. Oh, these are the past life relatives since the first Buddha time. Huh? Well, what happened? They have committed this mistake. They abuse the food, the thing to use supposed for the monks. They purposely burn away the canteen so that they can swallow this, take this food. And because of the stupid act, now they have suffered 2 Buddha time. Until now, you are the relative. Because you are the king, you are related to them. Only you can help them. See? That's why. Straight away, King Buddha, okay, in that case, may the Buddha have compassion of me and for these beings. Accept my invitations. I want to do this dana for them. And the Buddha agreed with silence. The next day, when the Buddha arrived at the palace, just at the, this Peta, this ghost, was very happy when he saw King Bimpisara pouring water onto the Buddha's feet to wash his feet. Wow, the pity, the joys. Straight away, they change their mode of sadness to happy. And when the Buddha served food, every spoonful of food served for the monk, curry, food, they got very rejoiced, happy. And when the Buddha eaten his food and give Anumodana Katha, Sammonia Katha, that means give transfer merits, all this group of Peta reborn into the heavenly beings. See? So it's very refined. It's not that why we need to quote all this incident is to prevent we human beings on earth from committing the same mistake again. Right? You see? If we don't have this kind of related karma, we won't be here. Because as I told you, we are here. COVID brought us here, right? COVID brought us here. We are here. We know that there's this type of problem. You see? So we know there's a problem. Hey, are we going to see this thing that no, we try to help, but we're not going to get involved. Remember, we are not going to get involved. Make it very clear. Very clear. Because we are here to spend the vasa, we can encourage you to observe the precept, preach Dhamma, teach people, meditate. That's all. This is the duty of a monk. Concerning other things, we are not going to get involved. We let make it very clear because tonight is Asalha Puja day. It's a very, very auspicious day. I believe, the whole universe of the Deva, won't like a place to be, a place of worship to be. Always have this type of unauspicious thing happening because of mankind. Human problems that causes it. It's not the Buddha. The Buddha never tell us to do that. The Buddha always say, live in harmony. Know our status, know our where we stand. Who are we? And what is the responsibility, the boundary we have? Then we don't have problem. And we try to do everything, try to be bossy, everything, you're going to have problem, let me tell you. And the problem won't just stop. Endless problem. And in the end, sorry to say, the hate disappeared. You see, what I say is the hate disappeared. It's very painful when we see someone, when we see, hate disappeared, leg disappeared, or what? Normally it's no good. So is my advice from my heart above the earth, under the sky. I'm telling the truth now, right? You are also witness. I speak the truth now, right? As a member of the Sangha in Buddhism, we all hold responsible for the well-being of Buddhism at large, for the majority. So let's make this tonight be an auspicious start, so that in many, many years to come, we see all these small kids that come here, they can have a good place, the proper place, that they know that, they start up very good, they know what is the right thing to do, and, we leave behind a good legends that this thing started not so good but ended up very good, right? Remember, always take the Dhamma, not personal view, because the personal view always is greed, hatred, delusion. But if you take Dhamma, it's always the righteousness. And remember, we have in our lineage, our Sankaraja, the king, our Sankaraja. Remember, this Kuba Achan, or so-called this monk, they're so elderly. They can be up there because of their past life karma accumulated. They are just like a king. They are for the well-being of the religion. You see? Then we talk about karma thing. It's very frightful. Let me tell you, very frightful. So my duty I already done, right? And everybody witness I already done. I done my part as a monk, to encourage we Buddhists to make full use of the place, to encourage dana, sila, bhavana. So may all Buddhists around the world spend a good Asalha Puja night. May all the best wishes to you all, and may all your radiant hopes be fulfilled. Yatha varivaha pura paripurenti sakarang เอวะเมวะนิโทตินังเพตานังอุปกปติอิจิตังปริตังตุมหังคิปะเมวะสมิจตุสัพเพปุเรนตุสังกปปาจันโทปนาราโสยธามณิโชติราโสยธาสัพพิติโยวิวัญชันตุสัพพะโรโควินาศตุมันเทภวะวันตรายโยสุขิธิขายุโกภวะอภิวาดานาสิลิสานิจจวุฒาปจายโนจตารโอธรรมวาดันติอายุวันโนสุขังบาลังอายุโดภรโดโสหริกาจติอายุดัตวะพลาวันนาสุขังจะปฏิภาณโตเอขายโยยาสวะโหติยะทายาโตปปาจติติภวตุสาปมังคลังราคันตุสาปเดวตาสัพพพุทธานุภาเวนะสดาโสติภวันตุเตภวันตุสัพพมังคลังราคันตุสัพพเดวตาสัพพธัมมานุภาเวนะสดาโสติภวันตุเตภวันตุสัพพมังคลังราคันตุสัพพเดวตาสัพพสังฆานุภาเวนะสดาโสติภวันตุเตสาธุสาธุสา